Yes, guys, you're not locked in with me, the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Eldridge Tiller.
And your boy, Mason Fox.
Yes, man, right now you're listening to Not Fit for Sports. We're two intellectual guys. Would you say intellectual?
Barely. We're trying.
We got intellect. We got somewhat intellect in sports. Two very fit guys for sports. Talk about sports for the next, 30, 40 minutes?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yeah, and then today, obviously, we're not talking about football right now, but we are talking about a different sport that we've not touched on before. F1.
The old Formula 1, eh?
The old Formula 1. Motor racing. Is that what they call it? That's what.
I think it comes under that, yeah. I think
comes
so.
under motor racing?
Yeah, I think so.
So, obviously, I've got a bit of knowledge in F1. What would you say about yourself?
I've got enough to be able to talk about it. Yeah.
We got enough knowledge between the both of us to,
and it's something we both enjoy, I guess. So
of course,
does help.
So let's start off very simple. Who is your, who do you support? What team and what racer?
Team wise, it's kind of a tough one. I don't feel like I really follow a team. It's more drivers that I kind of follow.
More of the driver, innit?
Yeah, because teams always tough. Because obviously I feel like everything just chop and changes too much. Whereas the driver, you can just stay committed to that. Do you know what I mean? So, my favourite driver is George Russell.
Ew.
Believe it or not.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's not a good choice.
No, I've been told. Yeah, so I've been told. But I like George Russell. I feel like I kind of made my decision on that based on the Netflix
Drive to Survive.
I just one of my favourite things to watch that. Yeah, so
you know what? Yeah, watching that Drive to Survive. Yeah, I can't even lie. It's made me hate one person with a passion, and everyone seems to love this person. And I look at him, I'm like, yo, I don't get why everyone loves him, but Ricardo.
Yeah,
I hate him.
Yeah,
I don't like him. Like I don't know. I don't like his number. I don't like the way he smiles. I don't like the way he races. I don't like when he's racing. Don't like the way he talks to the radio. Don't like the way he stands. Don't like him in a Heineken advert. I just don't like this guy.
It really sounds like you don't like him.
I just don't like him. And I don't know what it is. Maybe if I was to meet him, I'd be like, oh, you're actually a sound guy. But for now,
I think you both get on. To be fair, you
probably would get on.
Yeah.
But I just look at him, I'm just like, yo. Cool. Maybe you've got like millions in your bank account. Why are you always smiling, yo? What's going on? Just smile all the time. I'm just like, oh, bro, you're literally losing. I'm watching you lose, and you're just smiling, bro. Just come on, go win.
He was touted to one of the best drivers at the time, wasn't he? Like,
and then I think he literally left Red Bull at the wrong time. I think that's what it was for him.
I feel like he wanted too much. He thought he was bigger than the team. I think that's what.
No, he thought he was bigger than Verstappen.
Yeah,
he thought he was bigger than an 18-year-old Verstappen.
But at the time, he might have been, but
he wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't. He was never going to be bigger than Verstappen.
Or never, like, eventually. But I feel like at the time, he probably was at the time, but not like the potential was saying 100%. So, my favorite driver, is the one and only 8-time world champion. Oh, sorry, 7-time. I'd say 8-time because real G's know he won it 8 times. It's Lewis Hamilton, and he's kind of broken my heart the last 4 years, I think. Just because I was going to say, did we start there? Is that where we're starting?
That's where I'd like to start.
Okay. I feel like you got a lot to get off your chest, really.
Yeah, I do. Okay. I really do. I've been waiting for this. Hamilton is at Ferrari now, which is amazing. Hopefully, I hope he's got one more championship in him. I
feel like that move was definitely needed. I feel like he'd done what he needed to do at Mercedes. I feel like that relationship was starting to become a little bit strained. I feel like he had to move, not just for himself, but I think the whole situation, him, the team, all needed that to kind of happen, I think, realistically. So
I feel like he's lost a bit of his edge.
Yeah. Killer instinct a little bit as well.
I'd say, I want to say killer instinct, but then I'm looking at him and I'm like, he's still got it. It's just, now that he's at Ferrari, they're trying to gel together. Obviously, it's his first season. He's doing a lot of radio. I don't think I've ever seen him talk on radio this much ever.
Yeah.
Or talk on radio where he's just frustrated constantly.
Yeah.
Like, is there a language barrier? Like, what is it that we're missing that is just getting so frustrating? Do you know what I mean? Like, again, the Ferrari boys, like, for the last 2-3 years, they should be at the top. One of them should have knocked Verstappen off the perch by now.
Yeah, but every time what I felt like I was watching the last couple of seasons as well, was every time they get themselves in a good position, whether it was Leclerc and Sainz at the time, it felt like every time they get themselves to a position, one of them would put the car in the wall, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm just like, what are you playing at? It's kind of like,
literally, or don't even put it in a wall. They're just like a technical error, and there's just smoke coming out the car. Like, what's going on?
What have you done here?
Why have you pulled over? What's going on? Like, what did I miss? And again with F1 as well, I feel like there's so much behind the scenes that go on even before you even get to the race.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And again, like I said, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan. The last 3-4 years has not been a great watch. Obviously, the last race was in UAE or Saudi Arabia, where he could have won his 8th championship. I feel like even watching it, I don't think I've seen anything sadder than that.
No, it was definitely a big kind of sporting moment, I think, 100%, because just kind of how much was coming down to that last race was just, and then the way it went, it was just kind of like, it felt like he was definitely, my opinion, robbed. Yeah,
he was fully robbed, and to this day, I will never ever forgive Latifi, bro. Because I'm watching him, the whole year. I don't even understand how some of these guys become drivers. I'm watching Latifi, there was no one to his left, there was no one to his right, there was no one in front of him, there was no one behind him, and he just went and just crashed by himself.
Do you know what I'm thinking?
Nah.
It's been paid off.
Paid off by who? He's not been in F1 since then.
What's that?
He's not been in F1 since that
crash, Red Bull paid him off.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, because that's what he needed to, that's what kind of cost Hamilton that whole
that daft crash. And then obviously Verstappen was allowed to pit and then
get the fresh tyres.
Get the fresh tyres in, and then there was all the lapped cars make way so that we can, everyone can race again. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it's the last lap or two. Verstappen, who's actually, like, obviously I'm gonna give it to he is a killer on the road. He's a killer driver. He's a great driver.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Not to that way from 100%. I mean, he's.
And if you put Verstappen in front of Hamilton and Hamilton's not got fresh tyres, he's gonna do him all the time.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? And if that was the other way around, Hamilton would do the same.
Yeah, get the same, of course, 100%.
There was no way he was defending. I can't lie, yo. If I was Hamilton, I'm crashing it.
Yeah.
Yo, if I'm Hamilton, I am. So
if Hamilton crashed into him and took them both out, would he still won the championship? Was he leading before that, or was
I think they were both the same points.
Okay.
I don't know what happens if you end in the same points.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Just like drive into him.
That's what I was thinking. You just drove into him, but then again, obviously, if you drive into someone, then obviously
they give you penalty points. Yeah, so.
Obviously,
in your head it sounds quite good to do. Yeah,
it sounds great, but like, damn, I watched it. Do you know what's so crazy? Yeah, I remember I was watching it and I was like, yo, Hamilton's so ahead that I was like, you know what, I got time to, because this when I was still working at the bar, so I was like, I can just leave this now, go work. I got to work and it's the final lap and I'm like, yo, why is the bar so quiet? And
it was intense. I was there also. I was there also.
It was so intense because it was like, and I got to a random like, customer. I was like, what happened? And I said it was such a quiet voice. I was like, yo, what happened? Like, what happened in the 10-15 minutes that I had to make my way to here? What happened?
It felt like you probably also had an idea what had gone on, because to ask so quietly as if like,
because when I left here, he was first, and he was first by 11 seconds. Now 11 seconds in the F1 world, guys, very long, very, very long. That's basically an easy win for most drivers. And I've come in and I said to the guy, like, yo, what's happened? He's like, yeah, one of the guys crashed. Is a red flag. Okay, I said, okay, that's not bad. Okay, that's not a bad thing, right? He's like, no.
Heart not sink a little bit, thinking the worst?
No, because he didn't tell me that, yo, the commissioner or FIA guy, I can't remember his name now. He didn't tell me that. He said that, yo, everyone just resume your positions and go from there. I've never seen that. Like, do you know what I mean? From what I was watching prior, I've never seen that happen before. And then even I remember Toto was going mad there, and then like, yo, what the hell is going on? He's like, yo, it is motor racing. That's what the guy. That was his excuse, and he literally got sacked straight after that. But they still gave it to Verstappen.
That says it all for me. If you get sacked for,
he got sacked straight after it, and the thing is, obviously, even when the race ended, and I'm looking at Hamilton being all humble, like, oh yeah, the best man won, not angry at all, bro. If that was me, I'm flipping tables. I'm not doing interviews, bro. I'm not doing I'm not doing one single interview. Not a chance, bro.
I'm going around smashing up other cars, mate.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'll be doing.
That's what I'm saying. Yo,
I'll be so mad.
Yeah, you need to drag me out of that place, bro. I'm crashing out because what they did there, bro. Like, it's a madness, bro. It's a madness. But let's move on from there. Let's talk about this season, because I could talk about Hamilton and that last day forever.
I do want to ask you one question, though.
Go ahead.
I feel like if you was to put Hamilton in a McLaren car this year,
I think he wins.
Didn't even let me finish, but yeah, okay, yeah,
100%, 100% wins. There's no if you put Hamilton over what Norris or Piastri, regardless of which one you put them in, yeah, I'd say Norris. He's winning 100%, because I don't know. Put Hamilton, the best guy, is always going to do best.
Do you reckon?
100%.
Be interesting to see, like I said.
It'll be very interesting to see it, but I don't think it happens. Cause
no, what's it's going to happen? I just feel like hypothetically, I'm just kind of like put in my head, like I'm trying to work out: is Hamilton blaming the car, or has Hamilton lost his touch? That's what I'm trying to work out in my head.
I think when it comes to racing, I don't think you lose your edge. I don't think you can ever lose your edge when it comes to racing. I think if you get put in a bad position, obviously if you get put on a bad card, then yeah, you're gonna lose it. Because obviously, if you look at the people like Alonso, what, he's older than these guys, and what, he's come out and Aston Martin, he was doing well for a bit. Maybe not this season,
yeah,
but he has been doing well the last couple of seasons. So I'd say the car plays more than the driver itself.
Because a lot of people, like, obviously, if you're new to kind of like watching racing and stuff like that, biggest question for a lot of people is like, when you watch some of these teams and they've got like they're supposed to have the best car and all this, and then they've got one driver doing really well and another driver just doing really terribly. People asking, well, if you've got the same car, should both cars be doing well?
Well, yeah. The short answer is yeah, but we use Red Bull for example. Red Bull built that car around Verstappen.
100%.
So it makes sense. And your cars have to be the same. So if you build a car, it's like me and you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're 6'5", I'm 6 foot. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Don't do no allegedly. I worked hard for this height. Yeah. You're 6'5", I'm 6 foot. Yeah. If we build a house for me, yeah, and the ceilings are low, completely low,
I'm banging my head.
You're gonna bang your head every single time. Makes sense. And that's what it is here, where it's like Verstappen, he has a car that's just made for it, exactly just him. Yeah. He can live in that car, he can do whatever he wants. But then to put someone else in there and like, learn what I do, he's never gonna get it. That's why obviously they had Liam Lawson at first, and although he's like a very tenacious driver, he's very, he's out there, you know what I mean? He was not able to do it just because he's not used to it.
Yeah.
He can't do it. It's a very, very good car, it's a fast car, but it's not made for anyone else except for Verstappen to win. The same with Tsunoda. Tsunoda's come in on Red Bull promotion, and he's doing just as bad as Liam Lawson. Do you know what I mean? He's got 10 points. Yeah. Like, there's no difference.
I was just laughing then to myself because I was just trying to use your analogy about the house and the height, and I was trying to figure out how long would my F1 car have to be. That's what I was trying to work out. It's like, yeah.
All them guys are like, what? I think the tallest is like, what, 5'11"?
Is it? Wow, yeah. It does make sense. Because like when you go like and do like go-karting and stuff with your friends, like they obviously, like you say, like the bigger and the heavier you are, the slower your car is. That's why all these guys have to be kind of like, I guess, short and not weigh that much, and in tip-top condition, I guess, because it does help with.
They lose a lot of weight when they're driving, like
they get weighed before and after the race.
They get weighed before, and it's just a little bit.
I guess health and safety reasons for that, to make sure they're not hurting themselves, like the bodies and stuff.
It's very hot. You're driving around for an hour and a half, a little bit longer sometimes, but.
I do agree with what you said about they build the car, and I feel like because throughout the season you're allowed to add like modifications to your car, upgrades, that kind of thing. But I do feel like we've played F1 together online and stuff, and obviously you can tailor one car to be better than the other one. So I kind of feel like that does translate to the real life world. It kind of makes you feel like they put all their eggs in one basket with, especially Red Bull, like his example there. All their eggs in one basket with Verstappen, give him all the best upgrades, all this and blah blah blah. Because I'm assuming it all ties in with budgets and stuff as well. But you look at, on the other side of things, McLaren, who have got, looks like 2 really good cars because both their drivers are doing really well.
So do I see McLaren here? And a lot of avid F1 listeners now will probably be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But do I see? I feel like they have the best cars, but not the best drivers.
Okay.
And that's how I just see it. Me personally, I think Piastri's better than Norris.
Oh, dear.
I always feel like Norris is like a mistake away.
It's mad, really, because it's funny how to judge potential. Because every time you watch, like, or you listen to like people who've been promoted, they've come from obviously the second version of this. I can't remember what it's called. Is it F2? Just F2. Yeah, that's it. Trying to work out. F1, F2. Yeah. So, and they always are the best ones because it makes sense. Obviously, you bring through the best players. So every time you bring through someone from F2, it's always won the F2 championship. Of course they have. If they've won the F2, they're going to move up automatically. So
of course,
you don't. There's only so many seats on this on the grid that you've got to be winning these F2 championships. Otherwise, you ain't going to get.
You're not going to make that next step, and it's tough as well because obviously F1, they didn't just get rid of you quickly. Like the turnaround in F1 is like very fast.
100%. Because
if you're not bringing points to the team, they're just going to like go over you, and they don't really care. They're very brutal in the way they do it as well.
Yeah, they have.
Austin got sacked. Well, he got finishing his second race.
Yeah, and then done.
And that was it. You only gave him 2 races. Do you know what I mean?
I think they have to be because of the fact that it's so cutthroat in F1. I think because if you look at the constructors, for this year, I know they're going to up it to 11 in a couple of years with Audi coming, I believe it is.
Yeah.
But there's only 10 teams. That means there's only 20 seats available.
Yeah.
So it's not like a football team when you've got all these different positions. You've literally, if you're on one of the teams, there's only 20 positions in the whole of the F1 grid to be starting. So obviously got reserve drivers, but for you to be on that grid starting, you've got to be one of the 20 best drivers
in the world
to be able to get
in the world. Like,
and it's not a lot to be. That's
what I'm saying. It's tough. It's tough because obviously every single day you got to remember. Yeah, there's always someone in F2, F3, whatever you want to call it. There's always someone ready to take your place.
These teams aren't just thinking, we've got these two drivers now and that's it. They're constantly looking at all these, and that's why they've got these like teams in. They've all got their own investments in these F2 teams where they'll have some sort of like pathway to get to like
of course
to get to the teams in F1. That's why you got a lot of reserve drivers, always the young ones and stuff like that. But like I say, it's not a lot of places to have available to.
No. Because even this season now, obviously in the constructors championship, McLaren, it looks like McLaren's easy win straight away already.
It's looking that way.
300 from the time of recording now. Just finished the Monaco Grand Prix. Got 319 points.
Surprisingly, Mercedes is in second. I say that
I think they're second because obviously their 1-2 finishes are just better than Red. Because obviously Red Bull, you got to remember Verstappen finishing.
So all them points are basically just what Verstappen's doing. Basically, he's carrying the team by himself.
Verstappen.
Yeah.
Verstappen's basically carrying them in the constructors. But that's how it is. They've got 2 wins, Red Bull, and both of them are from Verstappen. I think they might have made a mistake, obviously letting Checo go. He's not even got a team.
Again, not got a team, and he's a really good driver. That's just shows.
I thought Checo would went Mercedes.
I thought that as well.
Instead of Antonelli, but I guess they got plans.
I think everyone just wants to give these young drivers a go and see what they've got.
There's a lot of young drivers here this season, So you got like Antonelli, you got Hadjar, you got.
I think it was 6 on the Monaco Grand Prix. I think it said when I was checking, it was 6 rookie drivers out the top of the 20. So yeah,
you got like Behrman, Lawson, you got Duhin, Colapinto,
Antonelli's the other one. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So there's loads.
I don't know what the plan is and where they're trying to get to. I know obviously this season's going to be good because Verstappen may not win it, which is a good thing.
It's good for us, like I say, it's good because you don't ever want one person to be constantly dominating, I think, because it kind of...
for Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, well, we've been through that, but I think that kind of makes it exciting because if you come into each season, it's kind of, this person's the best and there's no one I ever compete with. It does get a bit boring because what's the point in watching the race if it's just the same person winning?
True.
Do you know what I mean?
That is very true. And then sometimes even last season and the season before when Verstappen was just outstandingly the best.
Yeah.
I remember watching the race where Verstappen 1 year and I didn't even see him come on the screen once. He was just first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was just, it was everyone else.
Start first, be miles ahead, and then no one ever catches him, and he wins the race. And that's kind of what it felt like.
And he's just overlapping people. So.
And the only races he lost felt like it was because someone had crashed into him, or because his car had a failing earlier, which is but he never lost the race because he was kind of like a terrible driver. It always felt like he lost races because it was something that was out of his control. So, I like Verstappen. I feel he's a bit of a crybaby at times.
Oh, he's a big crybaby.
He's the worst. I do kind of hate listening to someone over the radio. I just feel like saying, shut up, stop crying and drive.
No, I think when you've got a car made specifically for you, everything is based around you. Everyone just, when you're just a poster boy, I think that's what comes with the whining and the crying. That's what comes with it.
I guess that competitive spirit, I get that, and you kind of want to win every race, and I get that that's the mentality you want to have, but sometimes it's kind of like, just shut up, mate.
And just get on with it.
Yeah, just shut up.
But I know Verstappen now. I feel like he might not have it this season. There's a lot of rumours and talks about him leaving Red Bull, potentially going to Mercedes.
But is that Mercedes car better than the Red Bull? I don't really know.
That's the thing. Like, you never know. He might just be a very good driver that you might just take Mercedes to that level that they need to get to. Cause you don't know, maybe the car is amazing. The driver's that.
The driver's that good.
You know what I mean? But we'll leave them speculations till the end of the season, see what happens with him there. I think he probably stays at Red Bull maybe another 3-4 years.
I mean, if Verstappen's not fully out of the question as it stands in the standings, I mean, obviously Piastri's first, 161 points. Norris second, 158 points.
I think it's a two-man competition there. It's between the McLaren boys. Whoever wants it more between the McLaren boys, I think they win it. They're trying to tell him not to race.
I was going to say, what was my next question there was kind of like, we always have that, like, when a team's got their focus in one driver, but now these guys have got two. Who do they favour when it comes to these kind of like these key races where they're going to be 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Whoever that is, if it's Norris first or Piastri first and the other one second.
Yeah.
When they're so close together fighting for these points, what do you kind of tell this as a team principle? And like,
So, from my understanding, the way I see it anyways, like, it's like I said to you before, I think Piastri takes it just because Norris is too heavy on mistakes. Norris loves a good mistake. Like, I don't know what it is, but he can make a mistake that can take it away from him. Whereas Piastri is just, I'm here, I'm just going to do the race. Whatever happens, happens.
I felt at the start of the season, McLaren went in there with Norris, kind of has their
main driver.
Main driver number one. That's what they kind of said. That's what
and he still is the number one driver. That's the thing. Like, even when Piastri won, what did he say? He was like, not bad for a second driver. You know what I mean? Obviously, quoting Red Bull's weather.
Piastri's leading the championship, so what?
He's leading right now.
Did they switch it up? Did they kind of change their focus? What did they do with that?
I don't think they'll change their focus just because I think that might disturb the camp.
Well, it's a very good position to be in.
A very great position to be in, and I know that Norris is definitely feeling it. Norris is 100% feeling it. I think it's a bit different because obviously with Piastri being first, I don't see Piastri losing a top 3 slot anytime soon. Do you get what I mean? Because I feel like he's the last couple of races he's finishing he's getting his podiums.
I feel like he's matured quite well over the last.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he makes less mistakes than Norris, whereas Norris is making more mistakes. He's got the most wins this season. He's got 4 wins, 7 podiums, and there's only more. I feel like this Spanish Grand Prix. I think he probably wins it. Piastri.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think Piastri wins this weekend as well, just because he needs to get back on his perch. And even if he finished second, he's still top. Do you know what I mean? Like, the way he's put himself in a good position now, where if he can just continue doing what he's doing, you can walk away with a championship.
It'd definitely be nice to see, like I say, have a bit of a difference, kind of someone else winning it. I feel like McLaren kind of have been waiting to get back on top for a while. They've struggled for so long and kind of like...
I think the last time they won it was, Hamilton?
They just chipped away at it, and they just like kind of chipped away, and kind of like now they're like, wow.
They're back. They've got the best car. They've got 2 of the youngest, best drivers as well. And I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon.
No, but that's why kind of a lot of teams kind of look at these young drivers now, because they kind of want to repeat that success what McLaren are kind of having. So it kind of like people want the same obviously success. But what comes to that is making sure you're progressing your drivers properly, making sure they're obviously maturing on the track. Mistakes are minimised. Then sometimes what comes out is if you start your young drivers start doing that, they start getting picked up by the big teams as well. So it kind of doesn't really help in both ways. That's why I kind of feel like these lower teams do struggle a lot. So like you've got your Hasses and your obviously. I'm surprised Aston Martin are doing so terribly this season. To be fair,
do you know what Aston Martin? Yeah, the Aston Martin could be so good, yeah, but because they got a driver, Lance Stroll, who I don't like myself. He's only there because his dad owns the team.
He's there on a technicality.
He's there because of his dad. Hey, Stroll, we know why you're there. We know you're not a good racer. You've not been a good racer for a while now. You are not a top 20 world driver. No way. And there's no way Stroll has a seat before Checo. No way.
No.
Not a chance. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like the pride's too thingy there for him to kind of tell his son, right, you're not good enough now. Come on, time to move on.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know. Maybe he just likes to lose money. He is a billionaire. He's probably not losing money at all. But do you know what I mean? Like, just, bro, take your son out, man. Take your son out of the team, man. Get Checo and get some wins.
When does it get to that point where you just got to kind of like, chop off a limb to kind of, just stop the rot? Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of like it's getting worse.
Say that again. What?
Kind of chop off, like to stop the rot, though. So it's kind of like, if
you got a rot, you chop off the limb.
Yeah, like if you got like, say you got
I've never heard that saying
infectious disease or something. You chop off your leg, don't you, to stop it kind of spreading.
What? That's not how it works.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, surely not.
Yeah, you don't watch like zombie series and stuff like that.
Listen to
do you know what I mean?
Listen to it. Do you ever watch zombie series? What's that supposed to mean?
Like when you get bit and stuff, you chop off your arm and stuff like that. But when you get bit, you chop off that part of your leg or like your arm.
I've never seen any of them do that. No,
you need to watch Walking Dead, bro. You just got that.
Oh, it's not. Well, I watched Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead?
Shaun of the Dead.
That doesn't count, bro.
How does that not count? That's zombies.
It doesn't count.
It's zombies and Simon Pegg.
Walking Dead. Get watching it.
Stop it. Yeah. But that's the F1. I lost my train of thought now.
Yeah,
I thought we were just talking about zombies.
Yeah, so you kind of stop in the rot, don't you? So you chop it off, do you know what I mean? Or you let it go, do you know what I mean? You kind of like just get rid of it. So
this is what we're talking. Oh, Lance Stroll, there
you go. So
yeah, he needs to be let go.
Yeah,
they're doing worse than Red Bull, racing Red Bull.
Basically, what I'm saying is he happy to watch his team die because he can't be bothered to let his son go. That's basically what I'm saying.
You gotta keep your son happy, innit? Dad, I want to be a racer.
Yeah, it's my dream to be a racer.
I always wanted to be a racer, Dad. And his dad's like, you know what? I'll just go buy the bloody team.
Yeah,
that's basically what's happened.
Yeah. He's not playing real life over
here. He's not playing. Nah, he's not. He's sheltered by his father.
Yeah,
bloody hell. But yeah, looks like McLaren's taking the constructors and probably the championship. Verstappen knows just try his best. Verstappen might come back if he, wins the remaining races or just does something that kind of take that.
Something's got to flip there or switch or something's got to happen for that to take effect. I think maybe Verstappen will be hoping that the rivalry between Piastri and Norris cost him a few races where he can sneak in, take the wins, take the points. But yeah, I mean, early season predictions. Obviously, you said Piastri. I feel like I'm going to say Norris. I feel like.
You think Norris takes it? I
think Norris takes it.
No. It's just I don't know. I always feel like. Do you know what I think will happen? Actually, what I think will happen? We'll get towards the end. Yeah. We'll get towards the end, and he will mess up. He will. I think Norris will take the lead, and then we'll mess up and then lose the lead.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. So I think Piastri takes it, and if Piastri doesn't take it, it's Verstappen.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I feel like after they take a break, after they take a little whatever you want to call it, winter break, whatever you want to call it, summer break, and get their little upgrades and get whatever they need to get done.
I feel like he needs to stay in the contention, like you say, and be where he is now. Them kind of not too many points away. Like if these upgrades do have a massive effect on the car, and he can win the back end of the race after the break, like you say, you might have a chance, but he's got to keep himself in that mix. If he loses any more ground, I feel like it could be too much to ask from him, I guess. So
what is it? Norris got 158, Piastri got 161.
He's like
they're
22,
not far back.
He's 25 points behind first, realistically. So
you know what I mean, they're not far behind, and all Norris needs to, not even Norris, sorry, Piastri, if he just keeps getting podiums.
No, but 25 points could be a race where Norris and Piastri take each other out, and then both get 0 points, and Verstappen wins. That's just 25 points.
That's what I mean.
It's not too much to ask that for a
veteran
for it to happen. No, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah, man. So that's F1 covered, done, dusted. Obviously, we're going to speak about F1. A lot more times. Obviously, we've got Spanish Grand Prix that we're going to be tuning into.
Yep.
And 100% Silverstone. But
That'll
now,
be a big one.
let's take it. Obviously, we're already talking about F1, which is a world sport. Let's take it over to America. NBA. Yes, I've been waiting to talk about NBA. Why? Because we're getting to the end of it now.
The nitty gritty, as they like to call it.
Yes, that's what we like to call it. Yesterday's win for OKC. You see OKC make it, proceed to the finals of the NBA and a chance of winning the chip. Did you catch any of the NBA?
I've been watching bits, it's getting to that exciting kind of like say back end of the tournaments and stuff. I'm kind of excited to see kind of who wins because some great teams. I feel like I'm kind of rooting for the Pacers. I feel like because obviously Indiana Colts, Indianapolis Colts, Indiana, do you know what I mean? It's all the same. It's all Indiana, like kind of, even though they're not my team, I feel like I kind of have to support them by default. So yeah, I'm kind of liking what's going on. I think that series is kind of heating up now. I feel like it looked like it was going to be a bit of like a one way series, but now it's obviously looking like it's getting a bit more. It's
getting a bit more spicy now.
It is.
Obviously, on the East, obviously you got Indiana Pacers against the Knicks. Indiana were leading 3-1 games, and obviously they lost yesterday to the Knicks, taking over to the Game 6. I think it goes all to Game 7.
I think so. That's exactly what I was going to say. 100%. Yeah, I feel like it's going to do that.
The Knicks have now got this spur of the moment, spur of the whatever you want to call it. They've got this motivation out of nowhere now, where I think they might take it. Pacers, believe it or not, obviously they've got a team where, like I was saying last week as well, they've got that team where everyone is just good at what they do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're not the greatest. They're not the greatest in that position, but they're so good at that position that it makes everyone look. Everyone's just good, basically. Like it's like everyone's rated 88.
Yeah, I feel like Halliburton though is kind of coming into his own a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Of
course, he's a star there. He's got them to the finals. He can shoot the lights out,
Yeah.
And he's good at assisting. He's a good playmaker as well. I think regardless of who makes it to the finals on the East, I don't think he can take out OKC. OKC are just too good. They've got a player there, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Bro, you're not allowed to touch this guy.
Yeah.
If you touch him, it's a foul straight away, and there's just no stopping him. They've got other players. Obviously, they got Lou Dort, they got Jalen Williams, who can obviously shoot the lights out as well. They got Chet Holmgren, who's their center, and he's just an alien.
Do you know what I will never forgive the Clippers for?
Letting go,
ever letting him go.
But you know what it is though. Now, obviously, it looks like a bad move.
It does.
Yeah, because back then you could see the potential in him.
Yeah,
and he was still young when he left. But at that time, if you're given the opportunity to take Paul George, everyone, you will take Paul George. Paul George was the truth back then. And he's kind of went to the Clippers. He's at the 76ers now. And he's been a shadow of himself. He's not the Indiana Pacers.
No.
Paul George that we know. Makes sense. And it's just one of them ones, like, it's tough. You can't really predict these kind of things, can you?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
You kind of go so much in on potential, but you don't know, you can't see what the end product kind of looks like at the start of that.
Exactly so. And now Paul George is what? He's just doing podcasts. He's got no knees.
Trying to be like us.
He's trying to be like us.
Trying to be like us, yeah.
He stopped copying us.
Yeah, it catches us all up, don't worry, yeah.
Nah, Paul George, obviously back then, Paul George was a great player. So that trade was, it was normal. It was a normal trade to be made.
Yeah.
But now OKC, they've got like a lot of equity. Like they still got first round picks going on. The team that they've built now, they're so strong. But they basically built a dynasty.
I was going to say,
they built a dynasty, and they still got pieces left to bring in as well.
They've got the
they
picks
still
to do
got,
that,
still got the obviously Russell leaving gave them a lot of they got a lot of pieces for Russell Westbrook when he left, and now they're back in the finals since 2012. That's when they were last in the finals. Obviously they got finished by LeBron's Miami Heat.
Makes sense.
But they're back in there now, and it looks like the front runners to winning it.
Yeah, because I'd like to bring up, they beat up your favourites, your predicted favourites. Yeah,
I thought so, but obviously,
what happened there?
like I said, man.
Not with your pick, I just mean with
Minnesota.
With Minnesota in general, yeah.
On that game there, you just wasn't allowed to touch SGA whatsoever. Like, you just was not allowed to touch him. Anytime someone touched him, foul, straight to the free throw line. Just another. He was even like, he was already going down, and the ref was giving him a foul. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was just no way around it.
Do you reckon refs have the favourites in the league? Do you reckon that's a thing?
Refs do have a favourite in the league, 100%. Some refs just hate players, like Scott Foster. He's a referee who he hates Chris Paul, or Chris Paul hates him. They just hate each other.
Probably a bit both, I reckon.
Yeah, they hate each other with a passion. But like, that's how it is there. Timberwolves, they could have did better, but you know.
So does that change your thinking now to be in OKC being now your pick now for the rest of the time?
I think, yeah, they've got it. I think they're just too stacked. They're just too stacked. Obviously, this depends now who just goes through in the East. I think if the Pacers see out the win when they play Sunday, then it will be a tough game because it's a better matchup. Do you know what I mean? It's a better matchup, OKC versus Indiana Pacers, where everyone has their role to play.
Yeah.
Whereas the New York Knicks, they've got individual players. You got more just him. He's good at this, and he's good at him. These two guys get the ball in their hands. Whereas Indiana Pacers, Indiana Pacers and OKC, I believe they both have, they're both good in their hands. Do you know what I mean? They need to have the ball in their hands. Pause. Not good with the hands. They both need a ball in their hand, and it'll be great. Do you know what I mean? So that's how. But
you always get the ball to your best player, especially your playmakers. So I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, Halliburton's one of the best playmakers. They called him overrated.
Did I see he got a triple double there? I made that up.
Halliburton. No, I don't think he would have got a triple. No way, not Halliburton.
I'm pretty sure. Did I see that? Or did I make that up?
Well, in the last game.
That last game was the game before.
Game before. I know it was the VAR check it. You know it was VAR check.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah.
What the
32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists. Yeah, I did see that. I thought I made that up. I was like, yeah.
Right. Yeah, he got a triple double. Doesn't mean he's better than.
So he's got it in his locker. That's something, I guess.
Honestly, if you can get a triple double, especially when it comes to the finals, I mean, it shows that you are just obviously a big game player. And if he keeps playing the way he's playing, I don't see why they can't make it to the finals and have a good goal against OKC. And that's where we're up to on the NBA. We just gotta wait until Sunday when the Knicks play Pacers. Obviously, Indiana just need to win one more game. If they don't win, then they take. Obviously, they're playing away. It's never easy to play at Madison Square Garden. Never easy.
No,
never easy. So that's the only thing that's kind of saving face for the Knicks.
And for what I've been saying, it kind of feels like the Knicks thought they were going to walk this series against the Pacers.
I thought they were going to walk the series.
Did you thought as well?
I thought that as well. I don't know why. I think maybe outside looking in, the way the fans were acting, they thought, we got this on lock.
Pacers came to play.
The Pacers, they don't mess about, No. Like, before you know it, they're 30 points ahead of you, and you have to try to get back. Obviously, the New York Knicks beat Boston, so you can't really rule them out, obviously.
Well, no, they've got a bit more of a kind of like a push recently. Unfortunately, the Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay passed away last week, so maybe that's kind of fired up the team a little bit to kind of push on and maybe win for him. Maybe, I don't know.
I hope it does, but I can't watch another can't watch another Knicks game where Karl Anthony Towns. Have you heard Karl Anthony Towns?
I know Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah.
Have you heard him on the court when he's speaking?
No.
Oh my God, yo, he is the most zestiest player. Like, he's like, oh my God,
exaggerator. Man.
And one. That's how he talks. Like, and he's like a big man.
Get in the bin.
He's literally, and one. Oh my God, like, for the whole time, bro.
That don't know me.
There's a compilations of just him, just like being zesty.
Do you reckon that's him all the time? Or do you reckon that's an act?
I know, that's him all the time.
Oh, is it?
That's him all the time. And then he changes his voice where he's like, I talk like this all the time.
He'd piss me off in the locker room. Yeah. He would.
But the same with Tyrese Halliburton. If you listen to his interviews, 1 minute he's like talking like this, and then he's like, "Oh well, yeah, the game was actually really good." Where you at?
Why do people do that?
No, but he doesn't know that he's changing his voice.
Oh really?
He doesn't even know. Like, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, people tell me I changed my voice."
Is no one telling him this? Like, no.
No. They tell him, "Yeah, yo, you changed your voice." Well, he doesn't know that he's doing it. just the way it is, isn't it? Just the way it is.
Some people just, yeah.
Some people are just zesty like that, I guess.
Zesty.
But yeah, man, that wraps up another episode here. Not Fit for Sports. Again, 2 intellectual, unfit guys get together, talk about sports.
Yeah, trying to mix it up, trying to involve as many sports as we can. Ones that we kind of know enough about, I guess.
100%.
Just
I can't wait for next week. Obviously, we got the NFL draft.
Yes, we're going to do like a mock draft for all the fantasy listeners out there, just to kind of see what's going on. I mean, I've done a few already this year. So far this since the main draft's been done. But it's kind of nice now. A lot of leagues are trying to looking at where the rookie picks go, kind of. So we're going to do a mock draft. Me and Eddie are going to talk through kind of the picks, where we see each player going in these drafts, and kind of look at what kind of seasons they're going to be having as well. I guess.
We're gonna have our own fantasy draft as well, right?
We have our own league,
fantasy league, yeah,
like a listener league, yeah, of course. 100%.
I think I won. I didn't win last year, did I? I should have won last year.
You had a complete meltdown last year, and that was
No,
funny.
I didn't.
You did. You like winning, like you won most games in the obviously build up to the playoffs, and then
the playoffs.
You had a stinker.
I had a stinker in the playoffs, but I think I won the league. I came first in the league.
Yeah, but you don't win the league that way. You've got to win the league.
Yeah, that's not fair. I don't like that. I don't like
just
that.
because you win the most games doesn't win your league. Once you go into the playoffs, that's how you win the league. So yeah.
But yeah, I look forward to it. We'll be back here next week, I guess. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, right? We've got a big assistant, haven't we? So we'll be here as often as we can.
There you go, man. It's Not Fit for Sports, man. Catch you guys next week.
Peace.